Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to talk about the concept of JVM. So what is a JVM? JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So what it does? So before that, I'm going to say the word. So JVM is heart. JVM is heart of entire Java program, to executing the program code. So that means JVM is going to be execute dot class file. Okay, so what I'm telling to you, if you take a person, okay, so a person must be required heart, okay, to live in the world. Similar manner, JVM is needed for the Java program to execute dot class file, right? So let us go through the in detail information, and before that I'm going to explain small scenario between C and Java program. Okay, so then we'll go for the in detailed depth review about JVM architecture. See, this is the JVM architecture. It is JVM architecture. Directly enter to the JVM architecture, that leads to a lot of confusion for the beginner. Okay, so let us understand with the small kind of information before this. Then we will talk about each and every component of JVM. Okay, see, this is our C program. So in our C program we have a1.c is one file, and here we have two functions, and function 1 is saving into the a2.c and function 2 is saving into the a3.c. Total we have 3 C files. Now we are going to press F9 or compiling our program. So after compilation, it is going to be converted like a1.obj and a2.obj and a3.obj. So here we are going to done compilation, right? And after that, after compilation, this each and every object file is going to be combined with the linker. Okay, so once it will be done, we can expected a.exe file. So this a.exe file we can expected output. So before output, this exe file is going to be loaded into RAM. So let us see how it will be happen. See, this is the C program, and after that this a.exe is going to be loaded into RAM, and after that we are going to expected output of our program. So this is our process of executing either C program or C++ program, right? The way we had to executing C and C++ programs. So let us understand with the Java side. This is our Java program code. So in our Java program code, we have a1.java. So there a1.c, but here a1.java. Now a2.java, a3.java. So function is divided into three program. Now compiler. So what is a compiler of Java? Java C is a compiler of Java. Now compiling the Java program. After compiling three files, we can expected files a1.class, a2.class, a3.class. So dot class contains what? Dot class contains bytecode. So we already studied about what is a bytecode. So bytecode means system independent code. Okay, so that means every operating system has own JVM. Okay, so without any modification we can execute our program code, right? Okay, so this is the compilation process of Java program. So after this it is going to be loaded into RAM. How it will be, let us see. This is the Java architecture. So once all files are completed, compilation is completed with the help of javac command, and after that all files is going to be loaded into RAM, random access memory, temporary memory. So in earlier, in C program, from RAM to direct execution process is done. Okay, so it is not good kind of security in regular manner, but after RAM the file is going to be loaded into JVM. Okay, so that is nothing but Java virtual machine. So in the Java virtual machine, so this dot class file is going to be taken by class loader. Okay, if any errors are existed, So it is going to be reject the program code, execution of rejection. Okay, if everything is correct, then it is going to be execute the program code. So here we have 9 components of JVM. So let us talk about in detail information about 9 components in the JVM architecture or Java architecture. So let us see in detail information about JVM architecture. Total we are going to discuss 9 components. See, this is the execution process of JVM, how it will be works. Okay, first of all, there is a Java file. So Java file means .java. Okay, so in a Java program, 2 steps execution. Okay, so in CPP, in C language or CPP language, we have zeros and ones. Zeros and ones is going to be executed directly. So that is nothing but exe file. But while coming into the Java side, Java file not contains zeros and ones. So Java program uses symbolic values. Symbolic values. So that symbolic values, we can say that it is a dot class file. It is a dot class file. Okay. So due to this reason, Java provides lot of security. Okay, so this symbolic code we are unable to crack. Okay, so that is the reason Java is very popular. Okay, so what is the duty of JVM? JVM always execute dot class file. Okay, so JVM is going to be execute this symbolic code, right? So exe file directly taken by RAM, and it is going to be worked by the operating system. But while coming into this symbolic code or dot class file taken by the RAM and processed by JVM, and after that it is loaded into OS. Okay, so this is the data we studied so far. So this, let us see the diagram. See, this one we can call it as Java file. Java file always associated with .java. And after that, we are going to compile the program with the help of Java C. So once program is successfully compiled, and if there is no syntactical errors, then we can expected file is called dot class file. So this dot class file is going to be executed by JVM with the help of command Java. Okay, so that means whatever symbolic code is there, okay, see, whatever symbolic code is there, that symbolic code is taken by the JVM. And after that, after this symbolic code is going to be converted into user format, that format is called as output of program. So in this diagram, we learned about 2 steps execution of Java program. That's it. So let us talk about internal architecture. So this internal, now we got an idea how C program is executed as well as how Java program is executed, and Java program executed in 2 stages, right? Okay, so let us talk about internal architecture of JVM. So this is JVM internal architecture, or we can also call it as Java architecture. So after data loaded into RAM, so this data is taken by the JVM, and after that how program will be divided. So let us see. See, the theoretical points are like JVM is like heart of Java language. Okay, to execute, what is the duty of JVM? To execute dot class file. To execute dot class file. Okay, so it is responsible to converting this dot class file into mission language. So during this process, these steps are needed. Okay, so one point we had to discuss, like it is a like abstract machine. So abstract means internally each and everything is done by the operating system. Okay, see, this entire process is going to be done in runtime. Okay, so runtime means after compilation, while performing Java command in the notepad or Eclipse editor. Okay, so this is done by the runtime. JVM is going to be provide some operations like loads the code, verify the code, execute the code, and it is going to be providing runtime environment. First of all, .java program is converted into .class file, that is nothing but bytecode, right? So this bytecode is taken by class loader. This bytecode is taken by the class loader. See, once .class file is created, okay, so this .class file, how to create it? That means after .java, .class file is created. So this .class file taken by the JVM. So this JVM, this .class file is directly given to the class loader. Okay, so this class loader loads .class file here. Okay, and after that it is going to be verify each and every instruction. Okay, if all instructions are correct, then the data is going to the next level. If any one of the instruction is wrong, then it is gives the runtime error. Okay, runtime error. Now what is a class loader? Class loader is one type of subsystem used to loading .class file. It performs loading, linking, initialization, that is nothing but simply verify compilation code. Okay, so if everything is properly done, then it is going to load into the JVM memory, that is nothing but temporary memory, which is done by the JVM with respect to of RAM.
See, the second category, that is nothing but JVM. So this JVM memory is going to be divided into 5 parts. Okay, 5 parts. So that is nothing but method area, heap area, JVM language stacks, or we can also call it as Java stacks, registers, program counting registers, native method stacks. So what is memory area? So this memory area is nothing but it is memory block. So this memory block is going to be stores program code, or we can also call it as class code. Whatever code we have, that code is going to be stored in this area. Okay, so best example, if you go to airport, so first of all, the person is going to be verified with the security department, and after that the luggage is taken by the particular people. Okay, so these people is care about your luggage, right? So in the similar manner, method area is nothing but memory block which stores program code or class code. Okay, so that means code of the variables, code of the methods in the Java program, right? So let us go for the next level, heap.
We already know that Java is combination of classes and objects. Okay, so this heap is a memory area. This memory area is going to be stores objects. It is going to be stores the objects. Okay, so that means whatever objects we have in our Java program, that objects is taken by the heap. See, whenever .class file is taken by the class loader, so this .class file is going to be loaded into memory, and it is going to be divided into method area as well as heap area. Okay, so let us go for the JVM stacks or Java stacks. What is a stack here? Stack means we are storing output result, right? Okay, so that temporary values is going to be taken by this Java stacks. Okay, so dot class file is loaded here, and after that this is going to be stored program code, and after completing the program code objects are storing here, and after objects whatever temporary output data like we are giving names, numbers, and some kind of logic, that every data is temporarily stored into this category that is called as JVM language stack, or we can call it as Java stacks. Okay, let's go for the PC registers. So what is the register? Register means it is going to be stored address. So address of each and every variable of program. Okay, so PC registers are nothing but register memory areas which contains memory address of particular variable instruction. Okay, so this is the one kind of track is going to be maintained for the address. For example, we can take it as a value or name value. It has address, so that is going to be care about this PC register. For example, we take it as name, so the name is like John, so the John having address like 220h something, there is hexadecimal, so that is going to be taken by the this PC register. Okay, so dot class file is taken by class loader. If everything is correct, it is comes under method area. Method area is executing program code in the form of methods, and objects are going to be storing here, and after that the temporary values are taken by the Java stacks, and address is taken by the PC registers. Let us talk about the native methods. Native methods means what? See, we already studied about C and C++. From C and C++ we have libraries. Okay, and we have preprocessors. So if you want to define any kind of library which is related to C or C++, that is going to be care about this native method of stack. Okay, so Java methods are executed on Java stacks. Okay, but similarly native methods, that is nothing but C or C++ functions which is defining in the library or preprocessor like stdio.h, konya.h, like that. Okay, so that is going to be executed by native methods or native method libraries. Okay, let us talk about the third level, execution engine. So what it does? Finally, whatever symbolic constants we have, that symbolic constants are converted into zeros and ones. That is done by this execution engine. In this execution engine, we have JIT. So that is nothing but just in time. So in the just in time is nothing but we have compiler as well as interpreter, and it is going to be faster for your program. So execution engine contains just in time, okay, and which is responsible for converting bytecode instructions into mission code so that the processor will executing this program. Okay, so most of the JVM implementations use both interpreter as well as compiler. I hope you understand what is execution engine. So it is going to be executing. Okay, so this technique we can also call it as optimizer. So this optimization we can also call it as adapt to optimization. We can expect it questions in examination. Okay, so let us talk about the 8th and 9th components. See here, this one is going to be connected with this, and this one is also going to be connected with this. This native method interface is a programming framework. Okay, it is a programming framework, and it allows Java code which is running into the JVM. Okay, so which is called by the Java method libraries. Whatever C functions, whatever C++ functions which are used here, both are associated with memory as well as libraries. Okay, which we discuss in the 6th one. Right, this is the JVM architecture. I hope you understand each and every component in detail. So in the description you can also find out the notes. Okay, and one more point I want to talk to you. So the thing is, I will give the example like this is like your, for example, you want to For example, you want to go by flight, you take a ticket. So the ticket is verified by the security department. Like on 1 or 2 stages, your ticket is going to be verified by the security department. If everything is done, then your luggage is going to be taken care of method area. That means program code. Okay, so your luggage and your checking is done by the method area. And after that they are going to be execute major object 2. So that is nothing but they will issue boarding pass. Okay, so with the help of this boarding pass you are going to enter into the next level. So that means you are going to choose some kind of platform of particular terminal of airport. Okay, and again the ticket is verified by the internal staff of a flight. Okay, so and again you are enter into your seat. Okay, you are going to be put your luggage in your cabin, and after that so they will be instruct you and they will be take care about you, and finally your journey is going to be started. So once your journey will be started, so your journey is associated with the executives and your journey is going to be associated with the staff members. Okay, and finally your journey will be closed and you are going to be reached to the destination. So this is done by the internally by maybe Air India or Indigo or any kind of flight service. Similarly, the JVM is also does the same aspects. So class loader is take care about dot class file, loading of dot class file, and method area is going to be take care about program code, and heap is going to be care about objects, and this stack is going to be take care about temporary area. PC registers are storing about address, and native method stacks are going to be care about C and C++ functions which is associated with the libraries as well as interfaces. So and finally this execution engine does JIT compiler and compilation and execution. That means converting your symbolic language, that means dot class file into zeros and ones. So this is the way JVM is going to be done your program. Okay, I hope you understand what is a JVM, what is the each and every component in detail information. Okay, so that's it. Like and share to your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.